What's up, guys? Me and Austin are going to the courthouse for our first eviction. This is definitely an experience, a new experience as a landlord. We've had, tenants in the past. I've had rental properties for about 4 years now. This is the first time we've ever had to actually get to an eviction. We have had people that have not been paying before, or, they just can't afford it anymore. And usually we've been able to resolve it with them by, just simply they just leave. We do some kind of cash for keys or something like that. In this case, we've tried to work with these folks for the last couple months and 2 or 3 months, and it's just, we haven't been able to reach a resolution with them. And so I have to go to the eviction court. So we'll see how that goes, guys. It's definitely new. We have an attorney that we're working with, and it's actually a pretty simple process, at least in Missouri, to evict somebody. And of course, it's never anything that we like to do. Of course, ideally we would be able to, get the rent on time every single month, and we've definitely worked with people when they've been behind to try to get them caught up. It's really a last resort. Neither us nor the tenants really want this to happen. But if you give somebody so many chances, they just can't come up with the money and they don't want to leave the property. This is just what you have to do: get them to leave the property, because while they're not paying, we still have to pay our mortgage every single month for this property, which is I think we're all like $6,000 in expenses so far between missed payments and legal fees. So if we successfully get them to be removed today, after we get the judgment, either they're going to come up with the money or we're going to have to get them removed. We still lose. I mean, we still have we're $6,000 in the hole. Nobody's going to come and bail us out and give us that money, unfortunately. But we have the reserves from our other businesses and things to float that cost. And no, it's not a good deal. I'd rather everyone just paid on time, and that would be much better. So, guys, in Missouri, it's relatively simple to do a foreclosure. Contact a local good foreclosure attorney. We're in Kansas City, Missouri area, and in Clay County, where this one's happening, or eviction attorney rather. And it's pretty simple to do here. It's a relatively conservative area, and people are pretty. There's it's just common sense type laws. So you have to go through a process. You have to do a filing and give the tenant notice and everything like that. And then you can, you go get a court date for a few weeks later. And, after that, we're going to go to court. And basically, these are pretty standard issue cases. So I'm sure that our lawyer is going to say, hey, they haven't paid in so many months. We've given them lots of notices, tried to work with them, and, we need to go ahead and get them moved from the property. And provided that all goes well, we'll get an order from the court to have that happen. And then tenants can decide to go ahead and move for their own volition somewhere else, or inevitably, if that doesn't happen, the sheriff will come and basically force them to leave the property so that we can secure it and clean it up and rent it to a paying tenant. We're going to go into the court here, and then after that I'll tell you guys how it went. All right, guys, we're here in front of the courthouse with Austin. See it back there. We're going to go in there in a few minutes and go to court and see what we got to do, and hopefully we can get this resolved. Maybe they'll bring the money to the courthouse so that we don't have to go through with this eviction, and that'd be great. If not, we'll have to go through with it. Guys, it's really not that scary and intimidating. Of course, with a rental property, you do need to know what you're doing. You do need to have some financial reserve so that you can account for these issues. This is just part of the business. Again, we have probably around 25 doors. Been doing this for 4 years. This is the first time we've ever even had to do an eviction. We generally have really good tenants, and but that's just part of the game. And thankfully, we have the resources to handle this. So don't freak out. It's just all business. There's just things you have to deal with. So we're gonna go in there. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, guys, so we're walking out. It's actually really straightforward. Our tenant didn't even show up, so we win by default because they're not even there to contest it. So yeah, it's actually super simple. We just went with our attorney. Attorney went up there, just basically presented our paperwork, which is our lease and that they haven't paid, and with some documentation, and literally just called them up. Since they weren't there, you basically win by default. If they don't show up to defend themselves, they just we walk out. So
you get a default judgment after 10 days.
So we got a default judgment against them after 10 days if they don't appeal it, which is highly unlikely. They get a default judgment, at which point we can actually do the eviction and have the sheriff remove them from the home, so that way we can get it re-rented out. But yeah, guys, it's actually pretty straightforward. A lot of people, this is one of the reasons why they don't get into rental properties, because they have to deal with things like this. And
honestly, you know, the court costs and everything, I mean, it's probably going to cost us, you know, $500 to $1,000 to do this process, plus all the lost rent, you know. So like our default against them is, our judgment is about just over $7,000. You know, if we're successful, we're really not going to get any of that money back, but you know, we are going to get the rental back in our possession, re-rent it out. And guys, it's just part of the game. You know, over a long enough time period, we have other rentals and stuff. Statistically, this is going to happen some of the time, and that's okay. We can just keep on, you know, keep on moving forward. But yeah, guys, don't let this scare you. You know, there's processes to address any problem. You know, like an eviction, if somebody's not paying, you can't work this out. You know, you have the courts and the legal system work for you. In this case, life of a real estate investor, guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the Dan Kohan channel for more, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
The